Epstein. Nothing will ever satisfy extreme liberals, Democrats, fake MAGA rhinos, sort of implicating Trump or attaching Trump's name to Epstein by fake proof, some kind of fake made-up proof that Trump was on the island, that Trump had ties to Epstein, anything. Trump is a pedophiliac, anything fake to bring down Trump. Well, here is a video from Epstein's lawyer that might shed some light to you guys. Hope this helps. Check this out.
You went viral last night for saying Trump is not on the Epstein list, and you would know. You said, I was hired to lead Jeffrey Epstein's defense as his criminal lawyer 9 days before he died. He sought my advice for months before that. I can say authoritatively, unequivocally, and definitively that he had no information to hurt President Trump. I specifically asked him. I mean, they tried to kill him. They tried to imprison him for hundreds of years behind bars. Clearly, if he was on the Epstein list, you would have known, and that certainly would have been the Democrats' silver bullet.
Absolutely right. And not only would I have known, but I think the point you're making that I tried to make in that tweet is I asked him at a time in which it would have been in his best interest to have implicated anyone, but especially someone as high profile as President Trump. It was important to Jeffrey Epstein to make clear to me that he did not have any bad information about President Trump. He didn't like people being falsely accused of having been associated with him in some illegal way. What's important to remember is this: when Mr. Musk talks about the files, we don't know what's in those files. But there were books that Jeffrey Epstein kept, address books and so on, of a lot of famous people who did absolutely nothing wrong with him. When I met Epstein several months before he died, he asked me to take over all of his litigation. He had some fine lawyers, but he, quite frankly, said to me that, which I considered a badge of honor, I was the only person in the world he trusted with his life. He said, when he hired me the 9 days before. But he asked me to come to his house, first time I met him in person, several months before he was arrested. And at that meeting, he made clear that he didn't want anyone else to be implicated with him, but he knew a lot of famous people. At that meeting, he introduced me to a former prime minister who was visiting him, showed me a picture of Bill Gates and a dollar bill in it. And I asked him what that was all about. He said, well, he made a bet with Bill Gates. And what could he bet Bill Gates? So he bet him $1. The point is, he had a lot of famous friends who loved being around him, who did nothing wrong, many of them. And the fact that someone's name might appear just isn't indicative of the idea that they did something wrong. But what I know about President Trump is he absolutely did not do anything wrong with Jeffrey Epstein. And Jeffrey Epstein confided in me about a lot of issues. One last point. A number of people wrote back to the Twitter tweet, whatever you call it, that I've broken attorney-client privilege. I have never broken attorney-client privilege, never would, and never will. This is something that Jeffrey Epstein